Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other semifinals match. We know that the winners will move on to play in the grand finals. Just the question is, which team will that be? To the upper right side of the map, we have the purple Zerg.
Daisydaisyxo.
And his ally, better known as Practice X, but in game, he's
TeamDavidX.
Spawning here to the bottom left, we have the teal Terran. It is
Blademaster.
And his ally,
Infinity.
Why is base trade TV so rude? Because that's like 95% of what I do. Welcome to my brand. If you can't handle rude and sarcasm, you're not going to enjoy the stream. So yeah, there you go. But for the guy who keeps asking, and for everybody who does keep asking, I am very literally about to ban the phrase protag from my chat. There's no reason we need to talk about such a toxic person who's a huge detriment and a bad representation of the Starcraft 2 community when the self-proclaimed champion is too scared to show up for any tournaments literally ever. So I want to make it very clear, I don't like him. I don't want to read you guys asking about him every 5 minutes. And if you do, we're going to shut it down. But to be clear, we have 4 fantastic players in front of us, and we see some cool 2v2 tricks. Okay, so I know Infinity and Blademaster surprised us a bit with their previous match. Not knowing much about them, watching some kind of messy play, they managed to beat 2 pretty good Korean players, right? On the other hand, you've got these other guys who we've seen Practice X in the past. There was, of course, the whole thing about him, but that's not important for this. But we do know he's a very much team-oriented player, and we're actually seeing those same team-oriented tactics we had discussed earlier. In fact, we have many geysers that are not where they're supposed to be. Infinity takes the gas steal here, but then you see David X, aka Practice X, actually take the refinery for their Zerg ally. Now, there's some math that goes into this, and I remember being told about this a while ago. The value of saving the drone is actually kind of huge. So the cost of the Terran player sacrificing minerals to give the Zerg player a gas geyser far outweighs the value of the drone becoming an extractor to mine it themselves. And you have to share unit control to pull this off, by the way. You can't just build a geyser and mine from it. Your ally has to be sharing control for you to do this. It's kind of a cool trick. I have no idea if this was ever intended or if this was just something they left in the game. I love it though, and I love team tactics like this. I love team fight tactics, actually. Speaking of which, I think a new set came out today. I'm really excited to go play around with that, but that's a different game for another time. But in all seriousness, this is good because to me, I already see good team synergy. It's a small detail, but it's one easily recognized and picked up. So for the top team, we know their synergy is good. Will their playstyle back it up? I was banned from his page because oh wow, yeah, I'm not surprised, dude. Leaf Noodle, thank you for the 9 months, by the way. Moto X Dad, thank you for the 8 months. Do, thank you for the 19. I'm sorry if I've missed a lot of these today, guys. I'm honestly pretty out of it. The 2 back-to-back massive streams we did this past week have really just ruined me. I've not been sleeping properly, but I think I'm almost back on track. My plan is basically cast this, play video games for like 2 hours, and go to bed and wake up for the Rainer challenge in the morning. Easy peasy. Okay, the links run past this. I think this is more for scouting than anything else. So some confirmed information that they've seen already. Actually gets to the mineral lines. Overlord checks the main base, sees the Stargate, sees the double Stargate. This is a really big reveal for Daisy. Yeah. Daisy's such a good name. I don't know why I like it so much. But for Daisy and Practice X, this shows that the Protoss player is going to be going Stargates. So what's it going to be? Probably as Phoenix. So what can you do? Well, as Zerg, you put down the Spire and go Corruptors and just kind of counter what is Phoenix because Corruptors have so much dang armor. He's not seeing production from the second starport though. It's a little suspicious. Supply block though is Infinity. Nexus finishing up will relieve that. But I'm really curious. This would be so ballsy and insane for me if he went Mutalisks after seeing that. It almost has to be Corruptors in my mind. And Corruptors can zone out a lot of the air units, stop the Phoenix dead in their tracks. Cool, but then what do? It's kind of like a TVT with 2 sides battling each other on I just don't know that you could contribute much to this. If it was bio, it'd be different, but because it looks like it's mech out of the bottom team as well, yeah, this is, the Corruptors aren't going to be able to contribute much. What time is the Rainer challenge? Black Mamba, what's up, dude? Nice pick off on the Widowmine. It'll be 9 a.m. Pacific starting tomorrow morning. If you don't know what time zone it is in your time, luckily Google has a calculator. You just do PST to whatever time zone you're in, CET or what have you. These blue flame Hellions, if they get to the mineral lines, are going to do crazy damage. If they engage these other Hellions, they're going to do crazy damage. Blue flame adds so much. Context here, these Hellions hit for 19. These Hellions hit for 14. It's having a lot of upgrades through one upgrade. Corruptors revealed now too. I don't think this is gonna work. Triple Stargate Phoenix to try and overpower the Corruptors. I think best case scenario here is you actually have the Terran player with Magfield Accelerator shut down the Corruptors, and then the Phoenix just get to be crowd control. I don't think Infinity is gonna get to be the front liner like you normally would be with this style of play. Normally your Phoenix are the ones picking units up and forcing engagements. I think with this being what it is, especially with Cyclones on the other side, Infinity's best bet is to focus on the crowd control and not necessarily blitz a bunch of damage. Like right here, for example, Infinity would have loved to have picked up these Cyclones and just gotten like 4 or 5 free kills. But if they do, then the Corruptors eat them alive. Why do you always miss the signups for these? Hey, we got one. Hey, don't stress it, man. We got one more 2v2 tournament coming up on Friday. That'll be a European one. And the time is 11 a.m. Pacific, which I don't know what time that is anywhere else because I'm not doing math right now. Base expansions for the bottom team still look pretty solid. Daisy with a third base, but TeamDavidX. Is nobody taking the back? Oh, that's actually pretty clever. I think they're saving the back base for later. One v one supremacists ruined Starcraft 2. What a stupid thing to write. Your message is gonna stay in auto mod, dude. I'm not clearing that. All right, what's the count looking like here? 20 Corruptors versus 20 Phoenix. Corruptors win that fight. Cyclones locking onto the Corruptors seemed like a good idea until you realize DavidX just ends up locking onto the Cyclones. It's a very brutal battle, savage back and forth. Corruptors are getting mangled alive though. Now the Phoenixes start crowd controlling. This is where Widowmines become very valuable. If these pop off on the Phoenix, it could be devastating. I'm pretty sure the bottom team knows about these two because they've been filtering in, but Daisy's Corruptor count falling pretty badly. Now these Phoenix fight away from the support of the Terran. Lock-ons going to the Phoenix. Corruptors are still going down. This may have snowballed in the wrong direction. Daisy's on like 70 workers, which is pretty legit, but Infinity's on 74. Cyclones continue to lock on and try their best to help. Widowmines are one-shot wonders, but that one-shot could have been the best combo chance. Without those in play, there's no way to really stop this, I feel. The army supplies are growing to be a little too different, and at some point this does snowball to become unstoppable if our top team doesn't get a handle on this soon. Phoenix dogfighting, always funny to see. Anya Pulse Crystals is big. We should talk about that a little bit. The dynamic here is not crazy massive, but without the range upgrade on the Phoenix, they actually don't outrange Corruptors, but with the range upgrade, they do. And that's why these engagements are starting to get a lot better. This tech is really paying it forward. That's the purple lasers on the Phoenix instead of the blue, if you need the visual indicator. Oh, they could have denied his base. I don't know what was going on there. Well, it works out. Getting a kill on the hatchery is better than getting a kill on the drone. 300 minerals in the pocket for our top team. Feels pretty bad, man. They are really been beating sentinels here. 69 army supply combined with 40 versus barely 46 and 27. The Thor comes out. Thor's the only dang thing that can't be lifted up here by the Phoenix, but at the same time, the Cyclones will probably just lock onto it and kill it. Do we have any gamers in the chat? Smells like up gamers in here. What's up, gamers? Okay. Yo, this is AFK test. If you guys are here, type PogChamp in the chat. GG. Daisy in the tap out. Practice X shortly after. Infinity and Blademaster continue their surprisingly good run in this tournament. I told Maddox the same thing I did to everybody else. If you ever want to cast our tournaments, and I know you're not like some laggy, piss poor computer streamer, I'm very happy to have you join us. The only thing I ever request is that you make a contribution to the prize pools. I never set a price. I'm never like, you got to put $10, $25. As long as you put a couple bucks towards the players, I'm very happy to let you commentate these events. So to be clear, I'm not taking money for that stuff, and it's my same policy for everybody. But very generously, Maddox actually put 25 bucks towards the prize pool, which is a lot more than I would have expected. So big thank you to Maddox. Really awesome, really nice guy. But ooh, that's an early pool with a pretty low drone count and a quick gas. So we better pick things up. Remember, guys, as this might get a little bit hype, PogChamp in the chat will activate the applause bot. The more people PogChamping, the more applause you'll get. I'm not asking you to do it now, even though I know you will as I bring this up, but maybe during some of the hype fights in the battle game, I expect you to do it. We are in game number 2. Spawning here to the top left side of the map, we have the purple Zerg player. Go for some cheese. It is
Daisydaisyxo.
And his ally,
Practice X.
on the rightmost side, they lead the series 1-0. We have the red Protoss,
Infinity.
and his ally.
Blademaster.
Now I gotta tell you, because I'd be tickled pink if this team ended up taking it, or this team ended up taking it. Oh, there's some lag.
Game paused.
Yeah, I saw that too. Because I think with a lot of the pro players who sign up for these, you expect some of the big names in the pro players to win. However, so far, aside from Hearthstone and Denver, a lot of the best games have come from people who don't have really recognizable names. Apparently the first game they played today against Dew and Frosty Deo was a 2v1. Frosty with with a drone rush. That's so stupid, dude. Blizzard backend getting DDoSed. Oh no, are they getting DDoSed again today? That happened yesterday. Like, okay, I get that the point of hacking isn't to be nice, but for real, like the fucking world is on lockdown right now and everybody's stuck in quarantine. What an asshole move. Like there's being a dick normally with a DDoS. It is like an extra asshole move to DDoS Blizzard while this is going on. People are suggesting Blizz might be getting DDoS again. We can just pause again if it's an issue. They tweeted about it 22 minutes ago. Oh, that sucks, man. Okay, I'm rough. I have to do the unpause here. Waiting for Daisy and David here to give us the go ahead. How often do we get DDoS? Dude, Blizzard and Riot and a bunch of game companies get targeted for DDoS attacks all the time. A significant, there's so much behind the scenes that, like, for companies, there's such a significant amount of money that gets put in towards security, DDoS prevention, anti-hacks, stuff like that. Like the budget you see for like prize pools is like nothing compared to what they spend on money for stuff like that. But yeah, if yeah, I hope nobody's actually DDoSing. That's super lame, man. Like I feel like, again, you DDoS a company, fine. Get your lulz, annoy some people. But don't do it when we're in fucking quarantine and nobody has anything else to do, man. Like, what a... Just kick a cat asshole to your move. So hopefully the lag doesn't persist too much and hopefully we get through the tournament. But yeah, I hope that is not going to be the case. That's the point. No, I get that that's the point, man. That's what makes me pissed off, that that's the point. Okay, we have a very interesting wall off out of multiple things. So to be clear, this is not David building a proxy in his base. This is David keeping the wall open and impossible to wall off. So even if the Protoss puts a pylon here on the left side, the barracks would just get canceled and let the Zerglings in. It's multiple racks down here to the south, so there will be units to reinforce with. Funny enough, this is actually a really good play out of Blademaster because he'll have units to mobilize and help his ally with. Whereas if you both just wall off and play static, you get stuck in like a very awkward 2v1 situation. A little worried that this will get out of hand now that Marauders are coming. I don't know if they've seen the Marauders. I think they just did with that probe. Yep. We got a bunker coming down to try and lock this down. The barracks finally does get canceled, but it's worth noting that Daisy provides the high ground vision they need to shoot up. Concussive shells is gonna, oh man, I just realized the combination of concussive shells and fast links is actually so dirty. All right, he's gonna try and deny the bunker. I don't know if actually had a full deny of the bunker, but he does take a path down here, Daisy, to see if the gates are open. They are not. Base Street TV, Emil's in the chat. Is that the issue? Oh, you could be right. Emil is our admin today, and this is the first tournament we've had lag with. Coincidence? No, I know Emil hates the meme. I'm sorry, dude. I love you, man, if you're listening. But thank you so much for all your hard work today. I appreciate it. Void Ray to lock this down will be good. Nothing here shoots up. There's no Marines with this. There's no Queens being walked across the field. At least I don't think there are. So, yeah, this Void Ray is going to be king. But this also forces the issue. And while maybe the top team didn't want to commit before, or the left side team, I should say, Daisy and David are going to certainly have to commit now. Breaking into this base actually doesn't seem that unreasonable. Marauders can tear down a supply depot in pretty quick time. And while the Void Ray might kill the Marauders, kind of mission accomplished with the depot going down. Now, not only supply blocks Blademaster, lets the Lings into the base. A Hellion joins the fray too. Big shot off on the Reapers. Oh, God. This might be getting out of hand. Daisy is so all in with this, though, guys. Like, let's be clear. Daisy's got 2 hatcheries with 13 drones. If, by some miracle, the bottom team holds, they're so far ahead, but that's a big if. Still nothing reliable to deal with this Void Ray. Reapers are kind of holding against the Lings. The little hold position there with the SCVs can help a bit. Or just attack with them, too. Mule's being dropped to continue mining. Marauders will be dealt with. The bottom side of this has been cleaned up, but the air side of this is still nowhere to be dealt with. A Cyclone and a Viking as well coming out of our teal team. Teal team 6. This is a good way to deal with that. Do other Starcraft 2 streamers do stream raiders? Yeah, I know Tempo does and a few others. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but there's a fair few Starcraft people who definitely do stream raiders. Although I would recommend, guys, if you need a captain, look up Angel. Angel's a really, like, one of the probably most prominent stream raider people. She's Australian and a bit of a, but you know, great otherwise. I would recommend following her though for her battles because she does pretty good battles and she does them very frequently and all day. She crazy. Sometimes Winter does it. Oh yeah, I forgot Winter would start playing it a bit too. Yeah. Oh, the Reaper Massacre. Remember how I mentioned Daisy had such low drones before? I don't know if the full sacrifice is worth it, but this is going to annihilate what little drones are left. Daisy now down to 6 workers, puts them in a pretty bad spot. Practice X will save the day, though. The Cyclones with Magfield and the Vikings push off those Void Rays, so hurrah. The team to the top will survive. But when you take a look at the stock of what's left, right, you got 6 workers at 25. This team has 33 and 19. Money-wise, bottom team is set, but they have to hold off another very aggressive attack that's coming. However, Void Rays will not be the simple answer. Phoenix are very important. It's so important that Infinity incorporated Phoenix into this because the Phoenix will help not only zone out the Vikings, that's actually more for the Void Rays. They'll be able to lift up the Cyclones and deny their lock-on capabilities. Are you saying we should put Vibe Corner Angel? Look, if you guys are just vibing, I can't stop you. I'm not going to encourage your vibe checks. But I can't stop them either. Now, I don't think this will come into effect, but it's worth noting you can totally repair Protoss units with Terran. For example, in a pinch, you could mass repair that Void Ray, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. If this was Vikings without Cyclones, this would be a very different game. But the fact that there's a combo of the two is making this nearly impossible to engage upon. Reapers are working overtime here with grenades trying to push everything back. Cyclones locking onto things like SCVs are good, but it's a 4-second cooldown, so there's plenty of time to take advantage of. Now pushes in here with the Void Rays, focus on the Cyclones. Phoenix zoning out the Vikings. There's a siege tank on the ramp, but who cares because the Vikings are going to clean up the Void Rays. And if those, well, actually, hold on, the Reapers. Wait a minute, are the Reapers pulling through? I sat there for a moment having complete disbelief. I'm like, okay, the battle's all about the Void Rays. But somehow the Reapers actually MVP'd the shit out of that. And now with the Reapers pushing forward, it's going to be a very fast counterattack. Remember, Purple's already in dire straits. Daisy never recovered any kind of economy. Blademaster, granted, knocked down to 3 SCVs, is now in a pretty shitty spot himself, but he's got 2 orbitals. He's got stuff to work with here. These crazy battles lead to some fun back and forth, and I agree, Huckleberry Clover 2v2 is kind of awesome to watch, especially when you get really good players at it. That's going to be the tap out point. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Infinity and Blademaster go through to the finals. Oh, this is so sick.